it's caffeine free time. We are on day 6. We only have 1 day left. Yes. And for all of you who are participating, we have done so well. And even if you've messed up and decided to quit, no biggie. It's not a big deal. We're all strong together. Do you want to see how the celery's looking? It doesn't look any different. I just want to make sure that you guys are updated on the celery science project, because once the middle part starts to turn green, I want us all to be witness to it and be like, oh, green! I think the cat's been rubbing his face against it, though, because I keep finding cat hair all over it, so I keep changing the water. Because I'm like, I don't know how clean this water has to be, but at the very least, I know that it needs fresh water every day. So, we shall see. I am very happy today. Let me explain to you why. So, on Sunday, I am supposed to go up against TB in Blood Bowl. Now, I can't remember if I've taken the time to explain what the whole Blood Bowl thing is on this channel, but Blood Bowl is basically football, except it's a mixture between football and rugby, and then all of the teams are different fantasy races. So, like, there's halflings, ogres, demons. There are, like, the undead, basically, or, like, horror characters. I'm playing Amazons. They're just basically, like, buff ladies, and I'm really excited about them. I love my team. Especially the more that I play them, the more that I understand the way that they work. Really, really love my team. But I've been training really hard because TB is playing Chaos Dwarves, which totally negate most of my abilities. The thing that's really cool about Amazons is that they all start off with dodge, meaning that if they are being surrounded by somebody, or by 2 people, 1 person, whatever, there's always going to be a certain number of, like, red zones, where if you try to get out of being guarded, there's a chance that you could be tackled or be hurt. So, having dodge on every single person on my team is great, because that means that they have a really high roll to get away from those situations. Now, Chaos Dwarves make it so that dodge doesn't exist, which is very sad. It's not every single type on a Chaos Dwarf team, but it's most of them. The bulk of the team has this ability. So it sucks. My roll is still really high to dodge. I've noticed that when I play against Chaos Dwarf teams, I can still get away pretty easily. But the part where it hurts is that when the dice rolls to find out whether or not you're just pushed or knocked out, or your attacker gets knocked out, or whatever, normally if you have dodge, you can just kind of stumble instead of getting knocked over. Not anymore. So that kind of sucks. So I've been trying to play against Chaos Dwarf teams while also training just against teams in general. So today, I played the AI on medium against a Chaos Dwarf team, and I won! 2-0. I was really excited. TB plays on hard mode all the time, so I know that I'm still not up to the level that I need to be at, but I have kind of a strategy, sort of, which is good. But again, playing against the AI and playing against a person are always going to be very different. People are going to do things that you don't expect, whereas the AI has, like, a system of things that it knows are strategies, are good responses to things, right? So playing against him is going to be really interesting. I still don't think that I'm going to win, but I'm working hard to at least be a challenge. That's the hope. So I guess we'll see. I also played against a halfling team on hard, and I'm really glad that TB told me not to play a halfling team, because they are terrible. I was like, oh man, maybe I'll try my hand against hard, you know, because I gotta speed up the training process. I gotta see whether or not I can, you know, get to a point where I can beat teams on hard. So the very first team that it put me against was halflings, and I was like, oh, TB said that the halflings are terrible. I wonder how this is gonna go. And it was terrible. They are really bad. They have, like, big ent-like things that can throw them. So if one of them has the ball and is near one of the ents, then the ent can throw them to the other end, which is really great. But all of the halflings are, like, really easy to knock over and don't really have a whole lot of skills to speak of. So, I think I'm starting to understand how to use the Amazons in a way that is a generally good tactic, which is good. So I'm just gonna keep trying to fight against things and see whether or not I can get used to hard mode at all. And if I can, then maybe I'll be able to do a little bit of damage to TV's team at least. Maybe it won't be a total landslide, but I don't know. Tonight I'm going to a birthday party, so I had to like dress myself. I had to dress myself like a lady, but one of you complimented my nail polish, and I was so happy about it. I like mess up my hands all the time, so I was like, maybe I should put nail polish on, because I haven't put nail polish on in a really long time. And so I did, and it's laughable every time I put on nail polish. You guys, it gets everywhere. It gets on like all of my this thumb was like covered in blue, because I always choose like one finger that if it spills at all on the other fingers, I always choose one finger that I can kind of wipe it off with. So this thumb was like covered, and there were like little speckles all over the place, and I was like, I'm going to wait until this dries, and then I'm going to take, this is my tactic. I wait until it dries all the way, and then I take a shower. And then in the shower, it kind of like makes it like a little bit more crumbly. So by the time you get out of the shower, and especially after you've used a towel, the towel is very abrasive on it. After you get out of the shower and like use your towel and all that sort of stuff, normally if you look at your hands afterward, you're like, oh, it's pretty much gone. Awesome. So yeah, if you'd like to know what the nail polish was that I used, it is called Blue Slate by Revlon. I got another one called Spanish Moss this was the first one I picked up. But then I was like, I kind of like the blue. So I used the blue. I normally go for really bright colors, like obnoxious color, or black. A lot of you have probably seen me wear black nail polish. I normally like really vibrant stuff. But when I saw both of those colors, I was like, oh, they're so pretty and kind of like mellow, but they're still like intense. So I got them, and I'm very happy with them. I like them. I like the way it looks. So that's good. There is nothing worse. Any of you who have never put on nail polish before, you don't know. There is nothing worse than putting on nail polish and deciding halfway through the process, I really hate this color. And then having to get the nail polish remover while it's still wet, right? Having to get the nail polish remover and like smear it off, and it gets all over your fingers, and you're like, ugh. But you couldn't wait, right? You just couldn't wait for it to dry so that it was a cleaner process. You just wanted it gone because maybe you had somewhere to go. I hate that. I hate that. Fortunately, this was not that situation. I want Sherlock to have a friend. I want Sherlock to have a Watson kitty. I've been doing a lot of research about it. It won't happen for a while, but it sounds like introducing adult male cats to each other is really hard, apparently, unless they've like grown up together. Normally they're going to wind up spraying, even if they've never been the type who sprays. They might be really aggressive with each other, so it was suggested that I get a girl kitty who is just a little bit younger than him. Not like a baby, I don't want a kitten, but just a younger cat, maybe the same age that he was when I got him, and then introduce them, and that way he won't feel threatened, and she'll be old enough that she feels like she can fend for herself, but she won't fight him. So Watson kitty will be a girl kitty, and I'm very excited about it. I'm trying to do all my research now so that when it happens, it's like awesome and it all works out. But yeah, Watson kitty and Sherlock cat are going to go on all of the adventures. I can't wait. I know that I said that I was going to get a cat, and then if they got along, I would call it Watson, and if they didn't get along, I would call it Moriarty. But I feel like, I mean, I'm going to do my best to get two cats that are going to get along, right? So I feel like it's going to be a Watson kitty. It's going to be a Watson kitty. You're going to get along fine, right? You're not going to beat up Watson kitty. That would be so sad. I would feel so bad for Watson kitty. If he was like, look, this is my house. I'd be like, no. He always, like, when he meets other cats, He gets really aggressive with how he wants to meet them really badly. He never hisses, he never growls, he never does anything like that. He doesn't do any of the things that show aggression. He just gets way up in their face. He gets really like just, you know, so happy that you're there. But I need you to not scare away a Watson kitty. Okay? It'd be really sad. But he just, I play with him a lot, but I think that he wants to, you know, like wrestle and like really like play with somebody. And nobody can do that with him because we're all people and we're fleshy. So I keep being like, oh, maybe I could get a Watson kitty. You guys could play together and be best friends and solve all the cat adventures. That's the plan. So, anywho, I'm going to go to this birthday thing. And I hope that you guys had a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Oh! I just realized I said that I was going to do the cashew chicken recipe today. Shoot. I'll do it tomorrow. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I totally spaced it. Dang it. Tomorrow. Cashew chicken. There. See? Huge. It's going right there. Okay. Mwah! Bye-bye.